Hey everybody, it's Leo here. Let me just make sure the volume is lower so you can actually hear me over all this music. Alright, that should probably do the trick. I am back this time. I know it's been a little while, but this gentleman in my party was somebody I did Savage Alexander Floor 1 with a few weeks ago, and he parsed me at around 1100 at that point, and I guess was telling his friends about it. They didn't believe him, so he asked if we could do it again. So what I wanted to do is turn this into a Paladin DPS guide. Now obviously I'm using all slang accessories. I do not have the SO accessory yet, and I haven't been lucky enough to get the Gordian drop because the other melees need it. I am at the I-200 sword, shield, body, and pants at this point in time. So I-192 on my DPS set, 964 strength. I will not be receiving a slashing debuff here. I will not be receiving Celine's bonus. So this is not going to measure the full numbers I get in Savage, but it's a good, actually I feel it's the best rotation. I've not done any reading on this. I've just kind of felt it out by you know, trial and error. And like I said, I'm consistently over 1100 on Faust. My oppressor as a main tank in that fight is usually around 600. And I can clear through Savage 2 around 500-600 as well when we're done. So it's a good rotation to use, but this is going to be pure DPS really once he's back and ready to go. We just did this with him on his warrior, so that way I could, as you can see, the ready check has it wrong. He was on his warrior for the slashing debuff, and he said I ended at the very, very end around 926 with none of the extra stuff going on, but he wanted to try it with his dragoon. So here we go. So you start with shield lob, use Circle of Scorn, fast blade to Spirits Within. I screwed that up already because I was talking. Damn it. I should have put Goring Blade on it there is what I wanted to do. Basically what you want to do is you want to keep Goring Blade and Circle of Scorn up at all times, of course, and you want to only be doing Royal Authority as your combo. Now the trick that I found is to always make sure that you use your off global cooldown abilities like Circle of Scorn and Spirits Within in between your combo attacks to squeeze out every last little bit. I know that that's kind of a general rule of thumb that probably everybody already knows, but with Paladins now that's actually a big thing. Now I keep my eye on Goring Blade, and once it gets down under 10 seconds I start the combo for it to make sure it's up. And if I hadn't screwed up that beginning portion, I actually would have been able to, it would basically be almost timed perfectly with your Circle of Scorn's cooldown. So right about the time you see Circle of Scorn coming up, you're going to be reapplying Goring Blade and then just using them both. So it's a good timing mechanism. It starts to go slower and slower as the rotation drags out, so I'll actually, because I messed up at the beginning, probably catch back up to that here shortly. But yeah, this is pretty much it. It's just always making sure to keep the off global cooldown abilities up as soon as you have them, using them between the combos, and then just basically using Royal Authority combo consistently. Right here I like to wait for my fight or flight to come back up before using this Royal Authority because of that 3000 crit is always a beautiful thing. Well, short of a 3000 crit really, but you know. And we'll do this until TP's out. So for Paladin, for me, even with my skill speed as low as it is, that still only is about 3 minutes of combat straight, because I have no TP regen abilities to speak of, obviously. So we're on the home stretch here. I'm just curious to see if being with the Dragoon actually helped me out or made any kind of difference at all. Alright, that worked. You have to be a little bit careful trying to squeeze those off global cooldown abilities in because there's still about a second delay on them if you use them. You can't just immediately use an ability right after. So if it's like very close to my global cooldown coming back, I may wait until afterwards to be safe, but that one I squeezed it in. Alright, and it looks like we are about the end here. TP's pretty much gone at this point. Get that last Royal Authority off and run away. Oh hey, Scarlet Sap sold, alright. So these were my stats in the DPS gear. My substats actually are not as crit heavy as I would like. Ugh, that wasn't that great. But then again, like he said, no Celine buff, no slashing debuff along with Battle Litany at the same time. Yeah, and like he just said, if we tack another 10% onto that, that puts me over 1,000. So I can sit pretty with that. Oh, totally dropped my controller like a nub. Anyway, that's the Paladin rotation. So you start off Fight or Flight, obviously. Shield Lob, Circle of Scorn, Fast Blade, Spirits Within, Riot Blade, Goring Blade, and then just go nuts with Royal Authority. Every time Goring Blade drops down under about 10 seconds, between 8 to 10 seconds, you can go ahead and start the combo for it again, and just make sure you keep using Circle of Scorn and Spirits Within the instant they're up between your combo abilities. It's kind of a DPS waste to do them back to back, just because then you're stuck. You can be squeezing in another step of your combo in between them. So anyway, that was me, Leo, trying to show you guys how to kick ass as a Paladin. When you're main tanking, you want to mix and match your gear to have some strength and some vit, and obviously you have to do some more Rage of Halone in there to keep hate. But you know, that Royal Authority potency is ridiculous, and as long as you have secured threat, you can really go to town on things and still have your damage mitigation and still have your abilities to stay alive. So hopefully that helps everybody. I really wanted to try and put this out there because in this expansion it seems like maximizing damage output on every roll is the key, especially in Savage. So I feel like I'm among the better crowd for Paladin, and I wanted to share that and hopefully help everybody else out who's aspiring to do some of this endgame content. In any case, thank you guys for watching. As always, don't forget to comment and subscribe, and keep your eyes open for new videos in the future.